was in traffic today and there was a car in front of me from a company called Active Brands, and it was a website and company focused on franchises. The first was Bucking Bulls Roast Experts. The second was Skewers Kebabs. The third was 7 Seas Seafood Cafe. And the fourth was Primal Pantry, referring to the paleo diet fad that's very popular at the moment. So as you can see, this commodification of animals, which is essentially what the herding cultural revolution was all about 10,000 years ago, is very much alive and well and thriving in today's consumer-driven economy. And that's where veganism comes in. Veganism is a revolution. Let's not understate that, in that it is counter to everything within this herding culture. It says, I am no longer going to participate in the herding, the breeding, the manipulating the female reproductive cycles of these animals for food. I'm no longer going to fund the mutilation and the torture and the confinement and ultimate slaughter of animals, not in my name. I know that as a vegan I can live a healthy, happy life simply eating what comes from Mother Earth, fruits, vegetables, grains, nuts, seeds, legumes. In fact, it's impossible to be healthy if we're not eating those things and we're eating animal products, meat, dairy and eggs. I don't believe in the commodification of animals. I see myself as a human animal, and then there are non-human animals. But the same consciousness that is in human animals is also in non-human animals. They also have the ability to feel pain and suffer as equals to human animals. They have the ability to form relationships and complex social structures and hierarchies, just as human animals do. They feel and they experience, they also dream. So to see non-human animals as different to us is a speciesist view. By speciesist I mean where one species, say the human species, sees itself as superior to another species, say the non-human animals. And for whatever reason, as Voltaire said, if we believe absurdities, we shall commit atrocities. And that's what we're seeing playing out in the present day, and have done so for the last 10,000 years, with this speciesist attitude that the human animal is somehow superior to the non-human animal, and that we are free to treat them as we see fit. The vegan movement is about seeing the speciesism, which is essentially a form of discrimination, just like racism, which is discrimination against race, and sexism, which is a discrimination against gender, heterosexism, discrimination against sexuality, ageism, discrimination against age. We see all of those things, but the root of all evil is actually speciesism. So just a little addendum to what I've been speaking about. If this is the first time you've heard of our herding culture and speciesism, some common reactions might be hopelessness, at the problem is, so large, so big, what can I do? Or even if I take action, it's not going to have any impact. It might just be a single drop in the ocean, but of course, what is an ocean but a multitude of drops? You might also feel angry towards the government, for example. But what you need to remember is that the governments are controlled by the corporations, and the corporations are actually controlled by consumers, because
corporations produce what consumers demand. So if consumers stop demanding goods that involve animal cruelty and treating animals as commodities, then the corporations will stop producing them. They're only responding to consumer demand. So every time you pull out your wallet to pay for something, you're casting a vote for what you believe in. So in terms of, there are 5 main ways that we exploit animals in our herding culture. Primarily it's for food. So when you pull out your wallet to buy breakfast, lunch and dinner, make sure it's not at McDonald's, Hungry Jack's, KFC, Red Rooster, Domino's, Subway, so on and so forth. If you do spend money at those places, you're supporting our herding culture, you're supporting speciesism. You're saying, I believe in speciesism. The second main way is clothing. So don't buy leather, don't buy wool, don't buy silk, don't buy down, and don't buy fur. The third way is through entertainment. So don't go to the circus, don't go to marine parks, don't go to rodeos, don't go to animal shows, don't go to zoos. All of these establishments are animal prisons. And then there is pets. So don't buy your pets from pet stores, because they are raised and bred in puppy farms, for example, in the case of dogs, which are exactly like factory farms for food animals. Horrible, horrible conditions. And the final way is through medical research. Where beagle dogs have their vocal cords cut out so that they don't yelp while they're being cut open by the researchers or whatever, tested on. Terrible, terrible things. And every time we buy household products and we buy personal care products like toiletries and what have you, we've got to check, we've got to read the label, choose consciously, choose ethically, and we can change this ugly paradigm. And don't be afraid of change. Why would we fear something better? Because if we look around us now, are we really happy with being cruel towards animals, causing almost 30,000 people a day to die of starvation? Our Western societies are sick. We've got an obesity epidemic. Australia is now the most obese nation on earth per capita. All of the Western cultures are suffering diseases of affluence, heart disease, cancer, diabetes, many other chronic illnesses and diseases. This is not natural. So if we're not happy with this, we can change it. And why would we fear changing something for the better? So there's some food for thought, literally, when you next pull out your wallet to buy anything. If you want to reject the herding culture, if you want to reject speciesism, if you want to stand for animal rights and for human rights, go vegan. It's a personal revolution, and then it leads to a larger cultural revolution, which human beings have been calling for and animals have been calling for, crying out for 10,000 years now. We live in very interesting times. Veganism is on the rise. More and more people are becoming aware, and we can shift this ugly paradigm. So don't fear it, embrace it, educate yourself. Knowledge is power, and let's do this.